Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm doing something a little different today by appearing on camera just cuz I don't know, just cuz. Anyway, it's a manic Monday, what can I say? In the middle of this supermoon cycle, so you may have been experiencing some, sorry, stray hair on my oh dear. Shedding, it doesn't matter when. Anyway, today is the 7th of August, and this is going to be the Mine Forever Love Tarot reading, and there is a channeled song that I'm going to link below. This is specifically for twin flames and high-level soulmates and other kindred spirits. Yes. I'm also going to pull from the Lightworker Oracle deck. So if you are resonating as a Lightworker, and especially if you are a builder, if you consider yourself an architect, you feel like, what am I doing on this planet? Because you feel like a square peg in a round hole. And it's like, I don't fit. So it's like, I have to build something different, right? So anyway, we're going to let the tarot tell us today. And so also just a quick reminder that like anybody can use tarot cards. You know, they're for spirituality, for personal growth. It's not a religion quote, like a church's. There's no, there's no rules. There's just, you can buy a book about tarot. Like this is one easy one that I got by Teresa Reed. And it also talks about relying on your intuition, which is kind of about what like tarot is about, is, starting to rely on your intuition and, aligning with yourself. So there's no, rules like that, except, showing respect, and it will be given. So any bad vibes, return those back to the sender. Accordingly, as the spirit allows. So anyway, it's not my place to judge, so I'm not here to pass judgment on people. I'm just here to share experience and knowledge and intuitive readings with y'all. So let's see what comes out, please. Yeah, let's see, I shed. Anyway, Spirit, what do we have for this collective? I feel like doing a Celtic cross because I have the time. Teeth might also be significant to you. I wrote that down on my notes for today. I also had some wild dream imagery last night, so if that comes to pass, yeah, actually teeth again, like the mouth was in, the boca was in the dream. So 8 of Wands, yeah, it was like and it was a fast energy, like it was somebody coming to cover my mouth, like trying to block, say your throat chakra, but guess what? I got Los Dientes up in this bitch. So, not going to stop me from talking. Nope, nope, no. I can be a chatterbox. Who knows what will come out of my mouth, right? 9 of Cups. Yeah, sitting pretty collective. I feel like you're just kind of in this place of, yeah, so what? You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do about it? Like, you can't take away what's already mine type thing. So again, that's this mine forever. So if somebody is trying to come between you and kind of like your destined like person or something, or you feel like that's happening, like just know that that's technically not possible. Okay. So, maybe if you're in separation right now, so this might be for people who, obviously are in separation or might not be speaking or something like that. You're and you have to kind of rely on yourself here a little bit for this emotional fulfillment. So this is kind of where like the kindred spirits part of the reading comes in, because then, this is about like finding your tribe and stuff, right? And, your tribe is going to surround you with that positive, fire type energy. Okay. Like the 8 of Wands here. So you might have some support coming towards you, collective, fairly quickly that you maybe did not anticipate. And you might be like almost in a kind of, with the arms crossed, like rejecting it a little bit, just being like, hey, I don't need this. But you need to realize that, in order to, and maybe you've been a giver in the past, and that's okay. Well, you need to allow other people to give as well. And that's just how it works. So even if you're not used to receiving and you're like, hey, I got this all on my own or something, like it's still okay to receive. It's just the way it works. Okay. So like get over it. Okay. So you can like uncross those arms sometimes, and put your hand out still and say, thank you, um, and remind yourself that you're grateful. Ta-da! What is in the foundation? Let's see here. What's in the foundation for the collective spirit? Ooh, the Empress. Bring it on home. Bring it on home to my house. Oh my. Shout out to a friend of mine. Anyway, the Hall Notes has been coming up lately. So, if you've ever watched Daryl's house, you'll know what I'm talking about. However, what's appearing in your foundation is the Empress, and she's just kind of like floating on this cloud, like not a problem. And if you are the Empress here, people, kind of beyond this Nine of Cups kind of thing. That's the thing, is like maybe that's how you see yourself, but maybe what you really are is the Empress, and you are this, foundational builder. So again, in my notes that I wrote before I started pulling the cards here, so are you a builder? Are you this architect? That's kind of what the Empress is, and the male counterpart to that would be an Emperor. Libra is also associated with the Empress. Groups of 3 as well. Perfectly balanced. The mother, taking care of us all. But, not an imaginary mother necessarily. Like this could be a real mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to always live in this fantasy world. There are people that we know that inhabit these qualities. And, that's why we, assign them these terms. The Hermit, Virgo. So you may have been in a period of kind of isolation. It could be self-isolation. All right. Let's see what else is happening here in the Crown. Crown Collective. The 3 of Wands. All right. So somebody could be traveling towards you, I feel like. And this is, wow, definitely check on your North Node placement if you are not into astrology yet. And definitely check both your Western and Vedic charts for it. The number 3 could be significant for you. And the thing is, they're mirroring here in the foundation and the Crown. The Page of Wands. So you should have a message from this person soon that wants to visit you. I'm not sure what about. Okay. Maybe actually they're kind of the one that like you thought was like in isolation. And, here with the Hermit card, there's this, kind of skull on it, kind of reminding me of Scorpio, the Death card, where, it's almost like you thought this person was just kind of like out of your life type thing. But there might be some kind of message that they want to relay. I don't know what that message is. Maybe the tarot will tell us more. Spirit, what else we got for this collective, please? Three of Pentacles, again, the builder here. Somebody wants to build with you. Somebody wants to collaborate. Somebody wants to work with you, collective, okay? And this is something that could bring abundance. And another thing I was thinking about before I start, I need to bring this candle out here a little bit so it doesn't get too hot underneath my little ledge here. Don't be afraid of... And I don't want to say like to like go showboating or something, but like don't be afraid of like displaying abundance. Like it kind of always reminds me, like I was raised Catholic, but like it reminds me of, you know, when they say like during Lent, like don't appear as though you are fasting. Like don't appear as though you are sad. Like don't, you know, like you need to still go about your business. You need to get up every day. You need to shower. You need to maybe go to the gym. Like whatever your routine is, like it's kind of that keep calm and carry on thing, you know? And sometimes other people say like, you know, maybe fake it till you make it. So maybe you're like, well, hey, okay, that's great. Somebody wants to build something with me. Somebody wants to collaborate. Well, I have no idea what. Well, you know what? Maybe you're going to find out soon. Maybe part of that is what this message is about. Could be. All right. Yeah. The well here is, okay. So you could end up having kind of like an explosion of ideas occur, collective. All right. So what's in the environment here, please? The Five of Swords. So the backstabbers have struck and you are like, wow, that's great. Somebody wants to collaborate with me. Boo-hoo. Maybe they're over here now, away from you. So maybe this is a time for either an apology or a fresh start with new collaborators, okay? Which I would say, you know, 9 times out of 10, I would go with the fresh start, especially if somebody's already burned you. Then it's like, do you really need to get burned again? And how many times? You know, burning is for candles. It's not for people. You know, they should have put that on your t-shirt, right? Actually, I'm going to put that on a t-shirt so they stop burning the witches, right? Burning. You see it all here, folks. You see the real and raw, okay? Burning is for candles, not for people. Or I should say, not for witches. I don't really identify as a witch. Who knows what people think, you know, when you read tarot cards. Anyway, what's in the hopes and fears here? Yeah, I feel like somebody's definitely coming towards you with an offer, wanting to build with you. But just beware if it's somebody who's burned you in the past, like, get what you pay for. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like you are concerned that possibly all this hard work that you've already been doing here with the Eight of Pentacles could be disrupted by choosing the wrong collaborators here. Okay. So definitely carefully consider this because, you know, like don't let people gaslight you. Don't be like, oh, well, this time's going to be different. And so be like, well, what's going to make it different? Okay. And, you know, you can talk a lot, but then it's like you need like a plan and, you know, strategy and actions and, you know, action items. Like, I hate to sound like a project leader, but, you know, I was one for several years at a large corporation. So I do know a thing or two about, you know, trying to lead people. Although they did, you know, not even offer me an interview for this one job because they said I didn't have leadership experience, even though one of my previous jobs literally had the word leader in it. So again, don't let people gaslight you and choose your business partners carefully. You know, if people lean on you and, you know, you're like foundational in this team, literally part of the foundation, recognize that. And take your power back. Something else here. Okay, let's get this outcome card. Yes, thank you. Knight of Cups. Could be a love offer as well. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I don't know. You might be telling them to go take a hike, though. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to read from the bottom of the deck on this. So yeah, your chosen family, your spirit family is going to be really important here through this process, because this is where it's like, okay, I feel like I'm ready to, give my love or receive love here. Okay, say a new love, with a Knight of Cups. And, but I'm just, again, from a love perspective, maybe, or is this somebody and it's like, well, I don't know. They didn't treat me so great before. Like, so this is where you're going to have to lean, on yourself. But like, don't be so closed off to opportunities, okay, is what Spirit wants you to know, because you still have the opportunity to build, and how the result is going to look is completely up to you, because you do have control over your destiny. When I was a kid, they had these books called Choose Your Own Adventure. And, there was only so many possibilities in the book, but it was still kind of cool to see like, oh, well, if I go this way, what happens? If I go that way, what happens? It's kind of like playing a game, but like through reading. So, here again, you have the opportunity, Spirit saying, to build your own future. So you might have to sit with yourself in stillness. So this could be, again, if you're in separation from somebody, or maybe it's time to come out of that stillness, and then that this is like an inner peace type stillness, so I'm not saying like come out of this triangle. And remember the three. So here's another three. So we have the Empress representing three, the Three of Wands. Wow. We got the Three of Pentacles as well. And then we have this triangle. Okay. So think about what keeps you balanced. All right. Maybe for you, it's meditation. Maybe for you, it's listening to music. Maybe for you, it is exercising. I don't know. So, that helps you get that center, that helps you get that, where she's literally sitting here and she's so connected. Okay. Not only connected with nature, but connected with herself, and then also connected with her intuition, which then makes making decisions a lot easier. Then once you have that, you'll realize that you can flow a lot easier, and then you can, step into that abundance, Empress energy. Okay. So if you're not quite there yet, like maybe if you were still kind of like in hermit mode and you're like, well, I'm not sure if I'm ready. Again, remember what I said earlier, like could be you holding yourself back, where others already see you as here and literally like right in the foundation. Okay. So what else do we have? Lots of stuff going on here. Here's also I believe this is my Subterranean stone, which is kind of cool. It's like looks like the reptile eye. Kind of neat. It's a yellowish stone. Always helps to have an extra eye out, All right, what came out here? Initiation. So again, for some of you, especially if you're receiving kind of downloads, you feel like from the universe of like, well, what am I supposed to be doing here? Who am I supposed to be collaborating with? And like maybe you're all of a sudden you're just like, ugh, you know what I mean? It's like, wait a second, am I like that Apple guy, Isaac Newton, like getting the idea here by, the apple. It's kind of like that, where it's like, hey, ding dong. And maybe it's going to appear to you like, in the animal world, in the natural world. So just kind of look out for these signs. And, I feel like some of these people might be surprised to see that this is happening. But, it's only natural that when you feel guided to your purpose and guided to, being able to give and receive, then here, like this card just flew out too, opportunity is going to be there for you when that happens. So, maybe this is actually a new opportunity that is like, don't discount it because it's coming at you like as a knight, just think of it as like budding. Okay. Because you're not, especially like when you're getting to know somebody. And I feel like so many people do this. It's like, it's like, oh, well, I have them categorized now, and now they're in this box. And so I know how to handle that person. But, people are a lot more than just that. And yeah, I think we need to cherish, some of the complexity of life here. And not get so caught up, and I would say, and don't get caught up in opportunity for opportunity's sake, because then that's when you're starting to get like into the karmic type cycles, and that's not really what you want to have to be chasing down. So again, leaning on your intuition here, getting into this stillness and back to your foundation of knowing who you are. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just somebody, maybe you are a mother. Here's that 3 right there. 1, 2, 3, because it is the third card in the deck. So I was going to pull a light worker card as well. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this video to see if I can get any information on your person collective. But I definitely want to get you this light worker card. But you'll notice most of my videos, I focus on the cards. So, I am an intuitive reader, but I do, try to follow the traditional interpretations. And I personally do not. Why I say I'm an intuitive reader is because I don't read reversals, but I will read some energies off of the cards that I'm feeling. So it's just a way for me to communicate, like things I've already written down, but like in a more complete way. So think of it as a learning tool of like ways to express yourself in positive ways. So that's the thing, is that you can focus on, what you focus on grows. So what are you going to be building? Okay. And again, that's in the hopes and fears here. It's like, make sure you're building something that is, not just toil and labor and, materialistic, getting for getting's sake. Make sure there's some kind of like, I'm not saying like don't have fun and things like that, but building for a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to save your money to like buy a house or to, buy a handbag? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Some handbags are pretty expensive, but that could also be like a nice down payment on an apartment or something. Like, I don't, So, think about the things that you value and look for those kinds of opportunities. Okay. All right. Because in your environment here, it's already shown that, you've kind of, I feel like collective, hopefully have learned those lessons, and unfortunately, from people that you have trusted. So maybe, these are people that you have worked closely with in the past, but again, it's time to, answer the call, here, and get these new ideas going, get the juice flowing. All right. So, warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So again, purpose. So purpose-driven life. This card also reminds me of the Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and we have the Empress here as well, which is Libra. So if you have Libra in your chart, this may resonate with you. What else do we have here? Spirit for this collective. Okay. Yes, just say yes. Here's that 3 again. Balance and harmony. Okay. So if there is something that you've been wanting to do, maybe that's a time to say yes. Like maybe, in terms of a love offer or somebody like asking you on a date, maybe you can say yes to that. Like you don't have to necessarily just jump into, a relationship. Like you don't have to do that. You can like actually go on a date and see if you want to get to know this person further, right? Okay. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? So, in the foundation here, collective. So, if you have not already, it is time to start taking care of yourself in a way, way, way better way than you have. Okay. So, you're basically getting the Empress twice here. All right. So, maybe you're the person that gives good advice. Maybe that's why you're resonating with this reading. And you're like, well, I want to build something that's going to help people. And, maybe I haven't been able to help people in the way I wanted to in the past. Like it didn't turn out. Well, that doesn't mean that you stop trying to help people. You just have to help the right people. Okay, at the right time. And sometimes we get caught in the wrong time. So, if you were helping yourself the way that you want to help others, okay, become that star mother to yourself and see what happens. All right. So, how can you do a better job of that? How are you being called to step up and lead? As I mentioned, leading earlier just cracks me up when that happens. Anyway, what else do we have here? Oh yeah. Well, anyway, I think I am going to do a part 2. So, click on over to that if you like, and I will try and see what I can find out more on the twin flame high level soulmate portion of this, if anything is going to apply to that or not. So please manifest wisely, like, drop a comment, give some feedback, what you think of the different format if you like, and we'll go from there. See you soon. Bye-bye.